The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Mike Pennell able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. T.J. Yeldon. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. T.J. Yeldon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 1st quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Go, 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 hey, run it, run! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Watch him now, Barney, Barney! Watch him now, Barney, Barney!
They'll run with Cannon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Here we go now. 319, 319. Hot! Over, 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 over. Hot!
On the carry, it's Cannon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On third down, that's Cannon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, let's go. Alert, 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 alert.
To throw again, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Second and 10 now, Wilson. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Wilson. He goes underneath for Yeldon. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, 14, run it.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. Wilson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st down here.
14.
Now Wilson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It's still fighting, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Alex Collins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet. and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Darnold steps away to his left. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Darnold now to throw. He completes it to Peake. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. A false start backs him up 5, first and 15.
Watch him now, Barney. No. Check, Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They get 1 yard back there to make it second and 14.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold now on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Now let's go! 3-19! All right, now, lucky 56! Gun!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Darnold escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. To throw on second down is Darnold. Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Now let's go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Play action. It's Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Trenton Cannon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have made this a 1-score game. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Come on, let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now he's forced out left. And that'll be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Right, 14.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. T.J. Yeldon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And New York set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit. Watch it now, Barney.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nazir Jones, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a 5-yard swing, but still 4th down.
You just wonder if the punt team used up something there that they didn't need to, right? Draw them off sides, but it still doesn't get them a 1st down. I used that one on 4th and 5 or less.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm well, all right, never mind.
Third quarter action now. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
On first down, it's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
T.J. Yeldon, and he will finally be taken out of bounds. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
Now Wilson on second down. That is incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Baldwin. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They go read option with Wilson. And now he'll tuck it and run. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Keep working, baby. Keep working, fellas. Gun. Gun, gun, gun. Gun, gun, gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a first down run with Collins. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On 2nd down, Collins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. The pitch goes to Yeldon. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. He'll get it up the middle, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run. This is Cannon. Room to run past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit, Detroit. Detroit, Detroit.
Darnold from the gun. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Third and long, it's Darnold. And he's going to go down again. Jeremiah Tauchu. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for New York. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Back now in Seattle, Washington.
Let's go, 14.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. And this is incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Wilson now on the handoff to Collins. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
And New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon.
And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Tempo. 19.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they?
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. T.J. Yeldon taking it in. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns and, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
New York set to take the field.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, Darnold. Peek's got it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Darnold. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Set. 3-19.
Back to throw, Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Stewart. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
Here's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
Four down, check, four down, four. Right, green 80. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jets, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.